Mother Lucy Smith, the aged and honored parent of Joseph Smith, having expressed a wish to say a few words to the congregation, she was invited upon the stand. She spoke at considerable length and in an audible manner so as to be heard by a large portion of the vast assembly. She commenced by saying that she was truly glad that the Lord had let her see so large a congregation. She had a great deal of advice to give, but Brother Brigham had done the errand. He had fixed it completely. There were comparatively few in the assembly who were acquainted with her family. She was the mother of 11 children, 7 of whom were boys. She raised them in the fear and love of God, and never was there a more obedient family. She warned parents that they were accountable for their children's conduct, advised them to give them books, and worked to keep them from idleness, warned all to be full of love, goodness, and kindness, and never to do in secret what they would not do in the presence of millions. She wished to know of the congregations whether they considered her a mother in Israel, upon which President B. Young said, "All who consider Mother Smith as a mother in Israel signify it by saying yes." One universal yes rang throughout. She remarked that it was just 18 years since Joseph Smith the prophet had become acquainted with the contents of the plates, and then in a concise manner related over the most prominent points in the early history of her family, their hardships, trials, privations, persecutions, suffering, etc., some parts of which melted those who heard to tears, more especially the part relating to a scene in Missouri, when her beloved son Joseph was condemned to be shot in 15 minutes, and she, by prodigious effort, was enabled to press through the crowd to where he was, and give him her hand, but could not see his face. "He took her hand and kissed it," she said. "Let me hear your voice once more, my son." He said, "God bless you, my dear mother." She gave notice that she had written her history, and wished it printed before we leave this place. She then mentioned a discourse delivered by Joseph after his return from Washington, in which he said that he had done all that could be done on earth to obtain justice for their wrongs, but they were all, from the President to the judge, determined not to grant justice. "But," said he, "keep good courage. These cases are recorded in heaven, and I am going to lay them before the highest court in heaven." Little, she said, did I then think that he was so soon to leave us, to take up the case himself. And don't you think this case is now being tried? I feel as though God was vexing this nation a little here and there, and I feel that the Lord will let Brother Brigham take the people away. Here in this city lay my dead, my husband, and my children, and if so be the rest of my children go with you, and I would to God they may all go, they will not go without me. And if I go, I want my bones to be brought back in case I die away, and deposited with my husband and children. Mother Smith said many more good things, but the rest being inaudible to the reporters, they are lost. President Brigham Young then arose, and said he wanted to relate to the congregation the last closing remarks of Mother Smith, inasmuch as she could not be heard by all. Mother Smith proposes a thing which rejoices my heart. She will go with us. I can answer for the authorities of the church. We want her and her children to go with us, and I pledge myself in behalf of the authorities of the church that while we have anything, we shall share with us. We have extended the helping hand to Mother Smith. She has the best carriage in the city, and while she lives, she shall ride in it when and where she pleases. When William came here, we furnished him a span of horses and a carriage and a house, and Brother Kimball became responsible for the rent of it. He has run away in a time of trouble, but I suppose he will come back when it is peace, and we mean to have him with us yet. Mother Smith here interrupted President Young, but inaudible to the reporters. President Young continued, "Mother Smith has been relating over the circumstances of her pecuniary life of late. She is perfectly satisfied, and all is right. I could have wished that the bishops would visit her more frequently, but they have done pretty well, and I say in the name of the Latter-day Saints that we will supply her wants. And I want the people to take anything they have for her to her, and let her do with it as she pleases. I have never asked her to go, for she has told me that she would not, but now she has offered it. Mother Smith proposes that she will go with us, if we will promise to bring back her remains in case of her death and deposit them with her husband's. Also Joseph once said, with outstretched arms, 'If I fall in battle in Missouri, I want you to bring my bones back and deposit them in that sepulchre. I command you to do it in the name of the Lord.' And I pledge myself, if Mother Smith goes with us and I outlive her, I will do my best to bring her bones back again and deposit them with her children. And I want to know if this people are willing to enter into a covenant to do the same." Unanimous vote. President B. Young continued, "We are determined also to use every means in our power to do all that Joseph told us. We will petition Sister Emma in the name of Israel's God to let us deposit the remains of Joseph, according as he commanded us. And if she will not consent to it, our garments are clear. And then, when he awakes in the morning of the resurrection, he shall talk with them, not with me. The sin shall be upon her head, and not ours."